just 5 teams competing today. The first one up on the platform will be Team Spain with Valeria Antolino and Carlos Camacho. Second team competing, Team Ukraine with Ksenia Bailo and Cyril Boliuk. Third team up, Team Germany, Alexander Lube and Elena Vassen. From Great Britain, the fourth team, Maisie Bond and Noah Penman. The last team is the Italian team with Sara Giordin Di Maria and Edward Timbretti. Five teams in the final, 5 dives per team. It is very interesting. In this final, every single team will compete the exact same list, the exact same 5 dives, just in different order. We'll see all the competitors compete either the back or reverse dive in the first 2 required dives, where the degree of difficulty is set at 2.0. And then in the 3 optional rounds, all the teams will compete the front 3.5 somersault pike, the inward 3.5 somersault tuck, and the back 2.5 somersault pike with 1.5 twist, just in different orders. The last round will see every single team compete the back twister. We have the starting list on screen right now, and in the meantime, the judges are presented. I remind you that for the synchronized events, there are 4 judges giving awards just for the execution, individual execution of the 2 divers. And the other 5 judges are going to award the synchronization of the dive. The referee whistle. And now we are ready with Valeria Antolino and Carlos Camacho on the platform for their first dive, a reverse dive pike. Good dives individually. Unfortunately for them, the synchronization, even though the timing was perfect, Valeria just leans too far forward with her upper body and jumps quite far away from the platform, so the line in the entry is not correct. There's more distance between her and the platform than the one that there is between Carlos and the platform. But the timing we see here always perfect. Even the arm movement is together. Just a slightly mistake by her jumping too far away. But total of 45.60 points for them on the first dive. Second team on platform is Team Ukraine. Back dive pike for Ksenia and Cyril. And very well executed. Very well executed. The timing is perfect and the synchronization is perfect. Good individual dives. We see how they move exactly at the same time and get in the water together. Very well executed. It's going to be high scores here. Here from this shot, you see how they move together and they're exactly in line. 9s from the judges, almost perfection. Very high awards for them. A total of 52 points, 52.80 for them. Next up, Team Germany. Alex and Elena. Alexander Lube and Elena Vassen. Back dive pike for them. Good job by both divers. Also, their synchronization is quite good. Not as good as the Ukrainians before them. Especially Alexander's entry could have been much cleaner. We see from this shot how much water comes out, many splashes come out of the water once he enters the. But straight 8 from the judges. Solid dive to start the competition. And with straight 8s, the total score is 48 points on their first dive. Next up, Maisie Bond and Noah Penman. Very young athletes from Great Britain. Back dive pike for them as well. And it is a good dive, just not perfect in the timing, getting in the pike position and get it out of it. Noah jumps quite higher than Maisie. We see it here how she gets in the water earlier. And also Noah's entry is not as clean as he might have wanted. See it here, she falls much earlier than him. Still good scores overall, 7.5s, 44.40 points for them. The last team on the first round is Team Italy, Sara and Edward. They were third in this event last year. Only Italy and Spain brought to this event the exact same pair that dove last year in Rome. The other 3 teams changed at least one of the 2 divers. And this is very well executed in synchro. They were at the same height and same timing in and out of the pike position, even entering the water. It was very well synchronized. Only problem with it, Sara just splashes a little bit too much going over on her entry. She knows that, she felt it. And with that 45.60 points dive, we are done with the round number 1. Italy is in third after this dive. We have Ukraine 52.80 in first, Germany 48 points in second, Italy 45.60 in third, with Spain same scores, and fifth is Great Britain with 44.40. Second round of dives now. Team Spain is up and ready on the 10-meter platform. They're doing a back dive pike. Valeria is the one in charge of counting. And she also is the one that misses her dive. The timing was perfect. Very high jump by both divers. See here, they take off together. Very good. Here they're exactly together getting in the water. The thing is, she gets back slightly in a pike position and creates a lot of splashes. Does not get the perfect grip she wanted. I don't know why she did that. She was lining up perfectly and then splashed a lot. are at 87 points even after 2 rounds of dives. The leaders after the first round of dives, Ksenia Bailo and Cyril Bolyuk. Ukraine was second in this event last year, but with 2 different divers, with Liskun and Sereda. And another great dive by Team Ukraine. Tamara Goncharova, their coach, knows they did great on this dive, and they are steady in first position for sure also after this dive. Very well executed. They come out at the same time and get in the water perfectly together. Not as good as the dive before, the back dive, but still very, very well executed. 8.5 from the judges, 102.60 points for them. They are in first place. Team Germany now, Alex and Elena Wassen. Alex Lube and Elena Wassen reverse dive pike. They were in second. Good job, good job. The timing is good, They did not come out of the pike position to get in a straight line exactly at the same time. Judges for synchronization might deduct a few points for that, but the timing of the platform and in the water is perfect. 8s from the judges, 46.80 for them. They are in second at 94.80 total points. Next up, the 14 up now is Team Great Britain. Also for them is a reverse dive pike. They were last after the first dive. They want to get a great dive here to catch up with the others. And another little mistake by Noah. He goes quite over in the entry, and Maisie is a little bit earlier getting in the water. She gets a very good rip, a very good entry, clean, no splashes, while her teammate gets in the water a little bit later and quite too far over. 6s for him individually, 7s in synchro, 41.40 total points on this dive, and 85.80 after 2 rounds for Team Great Britain, who is trailing behind in 4th place at the moment. Last team up in this second round is Italy with the same dive, reverse dive pike. Good job by Team Italy, not perfect. They are off in the rhythm starting from the takeoff. Sara is on the left side on the screen. You can see how she gets in the water quite earlier, and both entries are not clean enough to get very high scores. So 7.5 from the judges, 44.40 points on this dive, and Team Italy is in third at 90 points even. Ukraine in first, Germany in second, Italy in third, Spain in fourth, and Great Britain in fifth after the first 2 rounds. And now the hard dives begin. We have 3 rounds of optional dives starting now with Spain. A front 3.5 somersault pike, which will be executed by 4 out of 5 teams in this round. Only Germany will have a different dive now. Let's see how Carlos and Valeria perform their dives. And this is a great front 3.5 somersault pike. Very good. Valeria struggled on this dive yesterday in the individual final. She completely missed it. Here they do a great job. They spin together, completely together in the first 2 somersaults. Then there's a little mistimed rotation, and then the entry is at the same time. Could have been a little bit cleaner, but 7s from the judges, 62.10 points. 149.10 for them after 3 dives. The leaders of the rankings after the first 2 voluntary dives. Team Ukraine, we're sitting at 102.60, another front 3.5 somersault pike. And another great dive by Team Ukraine, who is trying to create a gap between them and the other teams competing against them. It's very good. Ksenia is a tiny bit lower, but this is a great dive overall, both in synchro and individually. So you can see it here how she was a tiny bit lower and a bit heavy in the entry, not as clean as she wanted, but 68.40 puts Team Ukraine at 171 points. Already 22 points between them and Team Spain with just 3 dives. Team Germany, inward 3.5 somersault tuck, 3.2 degree of difficulty. And a good job by Team Germany on this slightly harder dive than the other ones we have seen before. The timing is good. They both get vertical. We see here how the somersault spins exactly at the same speed. You can see it here, same height and same speed for both divers. Kick high and get perfectly vertical. Both entries could have been cleaner to get 8s in order to get 8s from the judges, but they get 68 points and 160 points total in this round. Now on the platform ready are the 2 very young divers from Great Britain, Maisie and Noah, from 3.5 somersault pike, and this is a big mistake for them. This could cost them a chance to fight for the medals later on in the last 2 rounds. We see Maisie here much lower and shorter than her teammate. She does not complete the last almost half a somersault, and she lands way too short. 147 total points for them. They are behind Team Spain. Ready on the platform now, Team Italy, Sara and Edward, bronze medalists last year in this event. Front 3.5 somersault pike. The dives are very well executed individually. Nice, very good entries from both divers. But we can see from here how Sara is ahead of time and lower, a little bit lower than Edward. Still gets perfectly vertical. 69.30 points for them. They're at 159 points. In 3rd place still. So we have the results after 3 rounds. We have Ukraine at 171, Germany at 162, Italy at 159, Spain at 149, and England, Great Britain at 147. So as of right now, we see a little gap between the leaders, Ukraine and Germany, 9 points. And then right behind Germany, there's a fight for silver between Germany and Italy. We are ready for round number 4. We can see ready on the platform Valeria and Carlos, inward 3.5 somersault tuck. And it was good, very well synchronized. Both divers, though, fly way too far over. They did not get the entry and the line in the water that both wanted. The synchronization here, you can see how the spin is at the same speed. Valeria slightly lower, but then the entries are the things that are most important on a platform event. You want to have a very good grip, and we see here how they both go too far over with their legs and a lot of splashes. 57 points with this dive, 206 points for them after this dive. Team Ukraine now, same dive, inward 3.5 somersault tuck. Ksenia is the one counting also on this team. And they do another good dive. Another good dive, perfectly synchronized off the platform and in the air. Very good here. Ksenia is a bit lower compared to the previous dives, and Cyril gets them. You can see from this angle of the camera how Cyril completely disappears underwater, no splashes at all, while his teammate gets a tiny bit short. So 8 for Cyril, 6 is for her, for Ksenia, and 7.5 in synchro. 243 for them, a total of 72 points. Next up, Team Germany. Elena and Alex. Front 3.5 somersault pike. The Team Germany is the only one that had a different order in the optional dives. They had inward before front. And they do a good job with this front dive, front 3.5 somersault. The somersaulting was not perfectly synchronized, but yeah, Elena was a little bit lower. It was a very good dive overall. They get 7.5s and 8s in synchro, 7.5 individual and 8 in synchro, for a total of 70 points on this dive. 233 total points. Just 10 points behind Team Ukraine. They kept pretty much the same distance between them, even though they had a lower degree of difficulty on this dive. Macy and Noah on the platform, inward 3.5 somersault tuck, 3.2 degree of difficulty. They were trailing behind in 5th place before this round of dives. Let's see if they can get nearly perfect dive to catch up with the other teams fighting for a medal. And unfortunately, another huge mistake by Maisie. It was a great top by the young lady. She had a very fast somersault. She was spinning super fast. Unfortunately for her, she was ahead of time compared to her teammate, and especially she goes way too far over past the vertical line in the entry. 4 for her in her individual dive, 7.5 for Noah, who did a great job with his dive, and 5.5 in synchro, 5.5 in synchro. Total of 50 points puts them at 197.88. Team Italy now, inward 3.5 somersault tuck. They need 73 points to get up there with Germany, and 83 to get in the lead. And this is a huge mistake for Italy. There has been a mistake in the movements right on top of the platform with their ankles before taking off. That probably distracted Sara, who was way too far over when entering the water. We see how they are not synchronized while spinning. They both fly too far over. 4.5 fives, and they are in third place at the moment at 213 points. And they lost a lot of points on this dive. Team Italy is now no more fighting for the silver medal, but now has to be careful of not losing the bronze, because Team Spain is just 7 points behind. So we have Team Ukraine right now at 243, Team Germany at 233, Team Italy at 213, Team Spain in fourth at 206, and last is Team Great Britain at 197. Now every single team is going to show us a back 2.5 somersault pike with a 1.5 twist. 3.2 degree of difficulty for all of them. Little curiosity here, fun fact. In this last dive, Team Spain switched position. Valeria used to dive on the left side of the platform and now moved to the right side, and they do a good job. Very well synchronized. Again, once again, the entries in the water are not perfect. They do not get in time to their hands in order to push strong enough against the water while entering the water and get a clean entry. You see here how many splashes come out, but the synchronization was nearly perfect. We see how all the movements are together. 274 points for them. Team Ukraine now, the leaders. They just need a normal average dive, nothing special. They had 10 points advantage before this round. We see Tamara Goncharova, their coach, and their teammates on the stands cheering for them. And they do a great job with it. Nearly perfect, amazing entries. But both divers, you can see here, timing in the twist, out of the twist, and then in the pike and out of the pike. During all of this, they managed to get very sharp and clean entries. You can see here, there's nearly only one person on screen in the slow motion, and look, not that many splashes there. 8, 9, 8, 8.5, 79 points. They get up to 322 points. They're sure getting gold today. We already have the winner, Team Ukraine, but we still have a fight for the medals. Here, Team Germany, back 2.5 somersault, 1.5 twist. They would need to get in first exactly 90 points. And actually they could do it with 9.5s and 10s all around. And it is a great dive, but not for 10. They secured the silver medal though with this performance. Good job by both divers individually. Elena is just a tiny bit lower than her teammate, but 7, 8, 8, 7.5, and 7.5 by the judges, give them 306 total points and a silver medal. With this score, that would have been gold medal last year in Rome. But here they have to... They end up behind Ukraine that did such an amazing job, did not miss anything today. For team up in this last round is Team Great Britain. Maisie Bond and Noah Penman. Also for them, the back twister. And this is a best option for them. Very young pair of divers here. Very young, just born in 2007, both of them. So they still have a long way, long time to gain experience and get better, keep on working. I'm sure we'll see them more often at Europeans in the next editions. Sevens, straight sevens from the judges for them, 67 points, 265 total points for Team Great Britain. And the last dive in this final for Team Italy, another back twister. They need 61 points on this dive, so 6.5 sevens average, in order to get ahead of Team Spain and get a bronze medal. And on this dive, they do much, much better in the synchro compared to what they've done in the inward 3.5 somersault in the 4th round. They got back on track synchro-wise. You see it here, they take off together. Get in a pike. Sara is just a tiny bit lower than Edward, but they do a good job, and with 7s and 7.5 from the judges, they secure the bronze medal for Team Italy, 283 total points. And they once again get a bronze medal at Europeans. Back-to-back bronze medal for Team Italy. Amazing final. I gotta say, Team Ukraine, who got the gold, did a nearly perfect event, not missing anything. Great job by Team Germany, by the two divers that bring Germany back on the podium at European Championship after Germany missed the medal last year and was in 4th place. Silver for Team Germany then, and Italy back-to-back bronze. We have the medals will be presented by Antonio da Silva from Portugal. He is the LAN president. And the mascots are presented by Jolanda Kazimierzak from Poland. Bronze medal goes to Team Italy with a total score of 283.14 points. Sara Jodin Di Maria and Edward Timbretti. Silver medal goes to Team Germany with Alexander Lube and Elena Vassen, with a total score of 306 and 12 points. And finally, the gold medalist of the mixed synchronized platform final event here at the European Championship is Team Ukraine with Ksenia Bailo and Cyril Bolyuk with a total score of 322.68 points. They did an amazing job, not missing anything. Very young team, but extremely good at what they are doing up on the 10-meter platform.